Hi, this is Amy with Living My Beloved Life, and this is what I wore for the month of January. My cycle started about on time. I think it was 28 days this month. So I actually wore liners for a couple of days before it actually started. And as you know, I like to do these videos by day by what I wore, not by lights and heavies. So anyway, I was pretty sure my cycle was about to start. So even though it hadn't started first thing in the morning, I did put in my Maluna soft cup. I love this one. It's a small, and this is Echo Alternatives. This is a 6-inch thong liner. I wear these pretty much every cycle, just maybe not necessarily this one. It's a flannel. That was great. When I got home that night, I had just a little bit, like my cycle had started, but just barely. There was a tiny bit down in the bottom. So I put on my new, this is a novel red suede top. This was my first time wearing it. I was given it as a sample. So I'm going to give it another month of a try, but I really liked it. And it's black. It's all black. So it's great for those who don't like to see any blood. So the next day, I actually wore the novel red all night too. The next day, I put in my Schoon cup and my new Trojasic Farms. This is a minky top, and it says it's a moderate to heavy, and it's got a flannel back. This held up great. My second day is always my heaviest day, and I started leaking probably after about 7 hours maybe, and I actually decided to just take this out and leave it out and give this thong liner a good test. Since it is considered a moderate to heavy, I wanted to see what it was like to wear it just as a pad, as not a backup. And I think I wore it for about the next 4 to 5 hours, and I can say I really soiled it. But you can see it cleaned up really well, and no staining or anything, so I'm really happy about that. And so it's a good pad. The one thing I can say is I am finding these to just be a little too wide. I mean, compared to what I'm used to with the Echo Alternatives, that's quite a bit wider. Nothing about the length, but just that they're so much wider. Anyway, when I did get home, I was going back out, so I put on my Trojasic flannel top, and I think this elephant is just so cute. It's also a flannel back. Again, it's fairly wide. I wore this for a couple of hours. Soiled it fairly heavily, but it still held up just fine. Then that night, I put on my Lazy Creek 8-inch. This is suede. Obviously, it was a suede type of month. I love this pad. It holds up like a trooper, and really heavily soiled. Held up great. And then for overnight, I actually put my Maluna soft cup in, and then I wore this new pretty butterflies. Kind of blends in with my quilt here. This Pretty Butterflies green cycle pad. I think this is about a 7, maybe 7.5 inch. So just a little tiny spot on it from my cup, but other than that, it actually held up really great. Then the next day, I wore, what did I wear? Oh, here's what I wore. I wore my Schoon again, and my Lazy Creek Boutique. This is the light pad, not the liner, but the light. I love this this print, these little flowers. I'm a flower person, we all know that. And it held up all day. I didn't leak through my cup or anything this time. It's really surprising how heavy my second day is compared to the rest of the days of my cycle. So it held up just fine all day. When I got home, I put on my Tenderoni. This is a little 9-inch bear flannel. He's just so cute, isn't he? And I actually ended up wearing this all night, and with very little staining throughout the night. and then even overnight. And I think I put my cup in again that night, but there wasn't hardly anything. So that was the third night. Then the next night, what did I wear? The next day was day 4. What did I do? Oh, let me look at my app for just a minute here. Day 4. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I wore this new thong pad. This is hand sewn by me. It's a 6-inch also. It's pretty cute. This cotton is a little rough, but the length and size is good for me. And I wore my Maluna that day, and I had no leaking. So that was day 4. When I got home that night, I wanted something just comfy, so I put on this cloth cycle. This is a hemp flannel. It is really soft. It's starting to pill just a little bit. It's got this really pretty blue butterflies here on the back. It's a 9-inch. It's a nice, soft, really super thin pad. Love it. Next 2 days, actually, I had really just, a little bit when I would go to the bathroom and wipe, but pretty much there was almost no soiling on my clothes, on my underwear at all. So I really, the next, day 5 and day 6, I wore another hand sewn by me. I actually reversed it and wore the flannel side, and that actually felt a lot better on my lady bits. And then the last day, I wore a We Essentials. I probably didn't need to wear that at all. And I honestly probably could have gotten away with not wearing anything on day 5 either. But better safe than sorry, right? So overall, my cycle was a lot lighter, even though I sort of ended up wearing the same number as I always do. I think I wore, 3, 4 thongs, 5 thongs it looks like, which is pretty normal for me since I have to wear those to work most of the time. A total of, I think, 10 pads, 2 cups, and like I said, it was actually a pretty light cycle overall. So I hope you have a great evening and a great day, and take care.